Eric, you come from a SWAT background. Can you tell me what some of the training you went through was like for that?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of live fire, both in and outdoors, live ammunition, as well as in LTA ammunition, like simunition stuff. A lot of requirements for certifications on less than lethal or chemical agents being fired. A lot of distraction device or flashbang training. Things like that where the SOTA would really shine.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So those are kind of like recurring things where you're having to go in and do them over and over and over again.
Yeah, pretty frequently, absolutely. So the biggest thing I see, the biggest benefit that I can immediately see with the SOTA is its size and capability. A lot of times for TAC teams, especially in the training environments, when you're doing chemical agents and things like that, you would wear a gas mask. Well, sometimes that's overkill. Even on live operations, whenever we're using chemical agents or flashbangs and things like that, to have the proper respiratory protection, you would need something like a gas mask if that's your only option.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest issue and the hindrance of that is its sheer size.
Yeah.
So there's, we're always trying to figure out the perfect way to stow a gas mask on your kit because you need to have it with you. It's what we consider the gear tumor. It's the biggest piece of equipment that is typically always required to be on you, but it's so cumbersome that no one really knows what the perfect way to store it is. You put it on your back, you can't sit back whenever you're riding to an operation. You put it on your front, you've got this big thing here. Put it on your waist, it's like banging on doors and stuff. But the SOTA really kind of shines there because it's so small, you can fold it up, stuff it in a cargo pouch, or you could figure out some way to stash it on your kit, especially if you're throwing in something like a step-in visor with the full seal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all you need, especially for on the real live op when you throw a flashbang or do explosive breaching and you're going to be breathing in harmful particulate. You want something like a SOTA instead of a gas mask.
Yeah.
And then the flip side of that too is, when you're always on the go and threats change with the environment.
Of course.
The issue with the gas mask is that if you're not wearing it when you arrive to the operation, like it's not a pre-planned thing, to put it on, you have to take your helmet off, take your comms off, take your iPro off, put your gas mask on, put your comms on, put your helmet on, and do all that in the heat of the moment.
Right.
That takes a lot of time, and normally you only get it about half as good as you should be getting it, and everything's kind of discombobulated, and think about all the wires and stuff that go along with that when you're trying to do that. With the SOTA, especially with the O2 strap set up, or even even just the basic strap set up like this, I mean, you're talking about less than a minute dawn and doff time.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm assuming that kind of like that unknown threat is something that law enforcement, not just SWAT, but pretty much all law enforcement encounters on a regular basis, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't even have to specifically be talking about a TAC team. Regular deputies or patrol officers come into contact with powdered substances or unknown powdered substances on traffic stops all the time. So something like this would be beneficial. I mean, you have gloves for PPE for your hands, but there's no talk about what you should give a regular patrol officer or even a dope cop when they come into contact with things like powdered substances. Well, this would really shine, and it's so small you could stick it, in the cargo pocket of your patrol uniform, or even the passenger seat of your patrol car.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate your insight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And if you'd like to learn anything else about SOTA or any other OpsCore product, please go to opscore.com.